All the double teaming you did in post particularly, I mean, clearly a focal point for you. Was that kind of the game plan?
Well, yeah, it's something we've been working on all week. You know, we kind of want to contain the post because we know that their offense works from the inside out. So I think we did a pretty good job at containing them tonight.
Did you see it rattle them a little bit, or I mean, did you sense any of that?
Sort of. I could tell that they weren't as aggressive as they were against other teams. So I think it was pretty effective.
For any of you guys, what's the significance of winning in here with this crowd, and how did you keep your poise?
This is a great win for us. You know, a lot of teams don't come in here and get victories since Bill Self been here. So, you know, I'm just blessed to be a part of this with my teammates, and without them, we couldn't have done this. So, it's a great win for us.
Any of the other guys?
Just to jump on what he said, it's a real big win. You know, we've been thinking about it all year, but we've been taking it game at a time. And, you know, we're just happy we came out here with the W.
Offensive glass was huge for you, especially in the second half. Another focal point, or just the way the game flowed?
Absolutely. It was a focal point for us, and it started flowing that way. You know, Sky came up big. You know, we're used to seeing Josh Davis get offensive boards, 15, 14 boards a game, so that wasn't new for us. But I thought Sky did a great job against their really NBA front line. You know, Skylar Spencer did a great job, and it was big for us.
What was the feeling when, you know, you had the 11-point lead? I think you had it a couple of times, and then next thing you know, it's a 2-point game or even one. I mean, how did you maintain your poise, and what was that feeling like as that slipped away a little bit?
Well, first of all, our coach never gets rattled. You know, Coach Fisher is always even keel, whether we're up 20 or it's a close game in here. You know what I'm saying? And every time after the timeout, Coach Fisher always tells us, you know, take a good thought. I'll just time out with you, and I think that's how we maintained it and got the win.
What are those thoughts? What are the good thoughts you take to the floor?
Well, he just tells us, you know, just think something positive. You know, take a deep breath, and whatever it is, whether it's basketball, family, whatever, it doesn't matter. Just think something positive. And I think all of us do that when he tells us after we come out from a timeout. You know, I think that really helps.
Sky, you got your third foul pretty early in the second half. You went out and you came right back in. Was that coach's decision? Were you trying to push to get back in there?
That was coach's choice, but you know, I wanted to stay in anyway because I was having a pretty good game and we had a flow going. So I guess coach he just wanted me to get out for a little bit and come right back in.
Did you have to change your game at all when you got fouled?
Sort of in a way, because normally I would go for a few more blocks, but I just had to play straight up. But I felt for the most part everything worked in my favor, and I was able to still play aggressively.
Anything else for the student athletes? Okay, thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Can we take these guys?
Take them.
Coach, your defense has been great all season, but how good was it today under these conditions playing in here and holding KU the way you did?
I'll repeat what you said. Our defense has been really, really good for 12 games. And Skylar has been the rock at the end of it to change shots, block shots. The thing we hadn't done well enough is defensive rebound, and they still had 16 on us. But they're good and they're big. We put 5 bullet points on the board when we came in, and I told anybody that wanted to hear, my biggest concern was how would we be able to defend them in the post, because they're so good at high-low, throwing it over the top, moving you up the lane, and I thought we were sensational with our post defense. I can't remember one where they pitched over us for a basket. We did a good job of getting into the double, and when they dribbled out, we got out of it. And I think that was a real positive for us. Another thing we say is rebound the ball. We're a very good offensive rebounding team. They are too. We have a goal to rebound half of our misses. We did exactly that today. We had 19 and we missed 38, I think. So we made some crucial second chance opportunities to tip them in, and it was Skyler, Josh Davis, and J.J. O'Brien that were relentless on the glass. So to come in here against a really good team and win is a wonderful victory for our program. But we have a program. Well, if we had come in here and not won, we still have a good program. And we're proud of that fact. But to come in and give Bill Self his 9th home loss, that's pretty neat, to be able to do that. They punched us, but that's college basketball. That's basketball. Runs are going to happen, and I don't know. I don't know for sure, but we said one crucial piece to it was we have a goal 8-0 runs. That's, for me, that's a cutoff point. We say 1.5 for us and none for our opponent. And Kansas can get on those runs, and the crowd can get them going, and all of a sudden they get you down 15 in a row. And we didn't let that happen. So we fought them. They missed some shots, but I think we didn't give them a lot of their shots from the sweet spots that they wanted from. So we found a way to sneak out a victory, and we're happy for that.
Coach, you've won a ton of games in your career. Personally, where would you rank this amongst your regular season wins?
Well, just like your job. Whatever job you have is the greatest job in the world because it's your job. And this was our last game, so this was the best victory we've ever had, and if we beat Boise, that will be the best victory we ever had. This was a good win. This was a real good win. I think what this win will do, it will get people east of the Mississippi talking about us. We got San Diego and California and the West Coast people saying, man, they're good. We obviously don't have the tradition of the history that Kansas does. But our recent history is pretty good. We've sold out our building preseason the last 2 years. The last 2 years, we drew more fans to San Diego State than UCLA and USC combined. That's pretty good. So we got a good program. And now I think that more and more people will be talking about, boy, San Diego State, you know, they beat Kansas at Kansas. So that's going to be good for the program.
Coach, could you talk about Skyler Spencer and the kind of game he had? I assume this is the best game he's ever played at San Diego State.
Skyler was really good for us, and we kind of got after him a little bit. Prior to Colorado State, I think he had 1 offensive rebound in 3 games combined. 1. And then he had 4 or 5 at Boise. He had 6 tonight. And he played. And he played good. Kind of ugly looking free throw, but he's 3 for 4 at the free throw line for us tonight too. So he was. We don't win the game without a lot of them, and Skyler would be close to the top of that list of you couldn't do without in today's game.
What was your thinking with, I think it was 16 minutes left when he got his 3rd foul, and you put him right back in 30 seconds later?
I've gone away from, well, you got to take him out if they have this many fouls. Well, I mean, we did take him out in the first half when he got 2. And I was prepared to put him back in had we gotten behind, but we maintained even, you know, we were right there playing even, point or 2 ahead, so we'd let him stay the first half. But you can't sit them because they got 3 fouls. You have to have smart players that can make plays without getting in foul trouble, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. For us tonight, it worked for him.
You mentioned post defense being a concern of yours. Can you just talk about the idea of doubling as aggressively as you did? Is that something you guys do regularly, or is that designed for today?
In the old days, way back, I should have put a video out and sold it. We post double. We were one of the first teams 20 years ago to post double, and we were really good at it. We were long and athletic, and our kids, they said, "Why do we post double? I can guard my guy in the post." When they understood the reason for the post double, they bought in, and our kids are good at the post double. We have gone a couple, 3, 4, 5 years where we haven't doubled much at all, but we've come back to it, and we had to do that against Kansas with the length and with the way they want to play. We had to double them in the post.
Coach, you elected to foul instead of let them shoot the game-tying 3. Is that a no-brainer?
Well, for me it is now. I mean, it took me a while. It took me getting beat a few times to say this is going to be an absolute for us. We played University of San Diego at 3rd place. We did that 3 times, and they kept making free throws. they tied us up with 4 seconds to go and had a shot to win it at the buzzer. So we would have looked bad in that one had they made it. But I was at wherever it was when Kansas made the three-pointer against Memphis to go into overtime. I didn't want to give them that dribble handoff ball screen on that side to shoot a three with a chance to win it. So, and we got a little bit lucky. They missed a free throw, and we got the rebound. You're worried if they miss it. As long as they're going to get the rebound. But we wanted to do that. We caught another break, and I think I took the time out to try to beg them to look at the clock on that in-line out of bounds that they gave to Kansas. Because J.J. O'Brien came running to me and he says, "Coach, that's out on them." And J.J.'s not one to say it if he doesn't really believe it. And I don't know the rules, but I acted like I did. And I said, "You have to check it. You can check it. You can check it." I didn't know if they could check it or not, but I guess they could check it, and they did. We got the ball back. And I saw Bill Self over there. He's going, when he found out we were going to get it, he says, "You've got to have it a jump ball. You got to call it a jump ball." I almost went over too to listen to what they were saying. But that was a huge get for us to get that ball back and not have them have it at that stage. Good win for the Aztecs. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Is that all for everybody? Thank you very much.